Hey guys, Casual3 here, and I believe this is my first Diablo video that I'm putting on YouTube. And I wanted to kick it off with a good one, since I've been having so much fun with the new season after leveling to 70 on this wizard on stream. Yeah, so the reason I'm making this video is actually because I haven't seen anyone running this build. Specifically with the new sanctified power with the mass magic missile. It's pretty fun, and I've seen it used for things like proccing firebirds or for gaining arcane power to power the meteor bolt, for example. But I haven't seen anyone actually use it the way I think it's supposed to be used, and that's to actually use the missiles to do just massive amounts of damage, right? And it is fun. Like, this may look fast right now. It is not fast. As you're gonna see in the Rift I do later on, it gets a lot faster than this, and you actually... it's kind of ridiculous, you'll see. But yeah, I've seen one guy on the leaderboards using this, well, a similar build to this, where you actually use the missiles to do damage. But even that guy wasn't going for quite the level of just mass muscleage that I am trying to go for, just for the hell of it, you know? So the way I've built this is I'm using Fragment of Destiny for the 50% attack speed. I'm using Shame of Dalcia for another 50% attack speed. I've got the Echoing Fury for 75% extra attack speed, and this you're not seeing right now because it only triggers when something dies, right? Yeah, so this gives, first of all, triple damage on the magic missiles. The Mirror Ball gives an extra 500% extra damage on the magic missiles and 2 more missiles, which isn't that big when you remember that you're already getting 10 extra missiles from the seasonal power. But yeah, it all adds up since I am doing flat damage off the missiles, right? I'm not triggering fireballs or something like that. And I decided, in order to make this viable to actually do some damage, I took Dalcia. And that's how I actually multiply the magic missile into acceptable levels of damage for like Grift 100, right? I tried the Legacy, and Legacy is definitely viable, and it may even be better than this build at higher greater roofs. But I found that I was really squishy when I was using Legacy. It may be the fact that I didn't have as many ancient items, and obviously they weren't rolled or whatnot. I tried that build with a couple just okay drops that I had lying around, right? So maybe with more investment, that build will be better, but I don't know for sure. So yeah, I'm using Dalcia and I'm using Guardians, since, as you can see, I'm actually only 700 Paragon. My Paragon is not that high whatsoever. It's been about a week, right, since the start of the season, and I think I've put in maybe 30 hours into the game. 28 hours, as it turns out. Not quite 30. Anyway, yeah. On top of Dalcia's, I'm using Depth Diggers just for the primary skill damage. I'm using Ring of Roaring Grandeur, obviously, to proc my sets, 6 bonus and the 3 bonus for the Guardians. I am using Squirts, which does make me a little more squishy, but the damage is worth it, honestly. And this is something I haven't seen anyone do. Even that guy who was using a similar build on the leaderboards, he did not use ice armor. I use the Halo of Arlisle to automatically cast Frost Nova, and Frost Nova gives me a 33% extra damage bonus whenever I take 10% of my life in damage. And that counts even if the shield doesn't go down, right? So I'm using Galvanizing Ward, and I'm using Deflection on Magic Weapon to generate shields. So all that combined means that I hardly ever lose the Squirt's damage bonus, but the ring constantly casts my Frost Novas for me, giving me the 33% extra damage whenever something is near me. So that's pretty nice. In the cube, I've also got the convention of elements, because honestly, I just can't think of anything else to use. I tried a couple of things, none of them are good. The convention is pretty much all you can really use. I don't really have a reason to use the Stone of Jordan, because I just need fire damage, right? Nothing else actually does any good damage for me. And that's pretty much it. You just stack damage on the missile and you just go ham. Obviously, I'm using Simplicity Strength because you want the damage of a primary skill, right? I'm using Bane of the Trapped because at higher greater rifts, the monsters are going to get pretty close to you. You're not going to be able to kill them from a distance. I tried Zeiss and I found that it is good, it can work, but seeing as I am using Unwavering Will as well as Audacity, I find that it's just better to take the close-up damage. And obviously I'm taking Stricken because with this many hits, Stricken's gonna build up so fast, it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, so for the skills I took the Fire Magic Missile because even though it's slightly less damage overall compared to, I think, Charge Blast, it does have more upfront damage because of the burn, right? And more than that, the fire missiles seem to handle better, if you know what I mean. They move fast, maybe not fast. Yeah, they definitely move faster than, for example, the Cold Rune missiles, right? And they seem to react faster to the Seeker rune on them. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems that way to me. And like I said, yeah, for the first 3 hits of the magic missile, this does do more damage than even Charge Blast. Afterward, it falls off, but I haven't really had an issue with it yet. I've taken Frost Nova with Bone Chill as my little bit of an amplifier, 33% more damage whenever I take 10% damage because of Arlyle, right? And you can also cast it whenever you're near something that needs to be taken down a little faster. This generally doesn't happen when you're farming because everything dies before you have a chance to cast it, right? I have slow time on the bar and I've taken Time Warp because the 15% damage is probably the best use of this slot. Even though you never ever cast slow time manually, it's still better to have it on the bar with the 15% damage because I don't have a Crown of the Primus on my character. I did try Crown of the Primus initially before I got a good Depth Digger roll, but the 100% damage is definitely better than the extra runes, right? And obviously, if you're using Crown of the Primus, you're not going to want slow time on your bar at all. You more than likely just take a another damage amplification like Familiar, which is what I was running with Sparkflint, right? For the 10% extra damage there. I took Magic Weapon Deflection for the 10% increased damage and for a little bit more survivability of the shields there. I took Ice Armor Crystallize, which does help with a little bit of survivability, but I'm not sure how good it is. I haven't really pushed it yet, right? And obviously Teleport just for maneuverability. I mostly have this build filled in for me to feel okay with it. Everything is ancient except for the helm. I've been really... It's been a hard time getting a good helm. But yeah, for now I'm just using a just whatever drop helm, right? And I actually only just sanctified this ring as well. I was running a non-ancient ring for the longest time. And yeah, the only reason I sanctified the ring is because I had this ancient fragment drop. Initially I was running a... Where is this? I was running this sanctified fragment, but as soon as the ancient dropped, I decided the ancient was good enough and I could just sanctify the ring instead because the ring was just taking forever to drop as well. But yeah, so that's my gear for this. I'm running topazes in the main slots, and this isn't great, but we don't have a better option than the amethized in the helm, because cooldown reduction doesn't do much for us. You know, normally I'd run the diamond, but doesn't do anything for us. Also, I tried fitting in an Aquila, but again, I would have to drop the Depth Diggers or the Shame of Dalcia for that. Doesn't seem worth it. 50% damage reduction. This is just better to run it this way. So yeah. I was running 90s earlier on just to power out my gems. As you can see, the gems are not that highly powered out. My gems are only like around level 80. And along with this Paragon being only 700, you can see that if you pushed a little bit of Paragon, get to like 2000 or so, which I'm probably not going to do all season, to be honest. You could push this quite a bit harder than I am. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. And let's take it into a quick rift. Actually, let me do a quick T16 first, just to show you guys how quickly this burns through T16, and then we'll do a greater rift, maybe a 100 or something. I have actually been running this for bounties as well. So let's see. One downside of this build is that, well, not exactly a downside, but you know, one thing I don't like about the build is that even though you generally do have infinite teleports, which makes the build pretty fast, you do need to have monsters nearby for that to work. So basically how it works is, as long as you're in a slow time bubble, your teleport does not trigger a cooldown, which makes it pretty nice. Oh, what? Okay, yeah. Which makes it pretty nice as long as there are enemies nearby, right? You can constantly just teleport wherever you want. And what that means is that I can take a defensive teleport. So I have taken, what's it called? Safe passage, right? Which is pretty nice in the higher greater rifts to just allow you to stay alive and keep up the squats especially. However, whenever there's no enemy nearby, so if you're just running around looking for something to kill, you are quite a bit slower than the Demon Hunter, for example. Obviously, there's no real competing with the Demon Hunter this season, right? But this does a pretty good job as long as there are monsters around. Like, see, right now, I basically have free teleports until I hit a spot where there's nothing to kill, right? Again, free teleports. And this does eat through T16 again pretty easily. I'm probably gonna cut this until, well, you know, make it short enough to be interesting, so. Oh, this is a nice floor. We got the, what are these called? Whimsydale mobs, huh? It's kind of funny, to be honest. I don't think I've gotten this season yet. This is the first time I've gotten this. And of course it's while I'm recording.
Need more time.
Again, see, I'm kind of stuck because there wasn't anything to attack there. But, oh yeah, and the thing that makes that really bad is the fact that for some reason the Dalcia's set time warps actually triggers the sorry, not time warp, the slow time actually triggers the slow time cooldown on your bar for some reason, which is kind of weird. I guess I get that you're getting so many that it doesn't matter most of the time, right? But it would be nice to be able to cast slow time as well on your own if you want. As this stands, you can never actually cast the slow time on your bar because as soon as a slow time triggers off your other skills, the cooldown triggers, which is not great, I will say. But again, it's a minor inconvenience in that case.
I am so good, I astound myself.
Where is the scope? Oh, there it is. Okay, where is this guy? There he is. And yeah, he gets instantly destroyed on T16, obviously. The playstyle is pretty simple on this as well, which I think is part of the fun. All you do is cast your passives, that's your magic weapon and your shield. And then you just hit the magic missiles. That's all you do. And I mean, this is like GR100. Obviously the Demon Hunter can do better than this, right? But the idea is to just stack your Strickens and just destroy things with the damage of the straight up magic missiles. As you can see, I'm not really a speed farmer. I don't go too quick. I just have fun with ridiculous missile damage. But yeah, I have seen a little bit of lag in this, but mostly when I am playing co-op. So when I'm bouncy farming, every now and then there's some lag. I haven't really seen lag in solo, however, which is kind of nice. And one issue I have had with this build is sometimes the monster will register as being inside the slow time bubble. However, they won't take the amplified damage from the Dalcia. Like, look at that. You see that a little bit there? He wasn't taking amplified damage from from the Dalcia's set bonus. However, he wasn't proccing a new slow time to spawn on him for whatever reason. That happens sometimes. I've seen that every now and then. Like even running in T16, sometimes that will happen where a monster will be standing on the edge of a slow time bubble and not be taking amplified damage, but also not be causing a new slow time to spawn. That seems like a little bit of a bug though, which I don't know if that's gonna get fixed because it's a small thing, but it definitely is a bug. Obviously I've got Oculus Ring on the follower. And look at this. Why are there no slow times for showing up here? No, there we go. Finally, the slow time showed up. That should be proccing every single hit, and sometimes it just refuses to happen. You know, which is a little strange because this clearly says hitting an enemy also costs no time. I probably should be doing this. I'm wasting time here. But again, for a GR100 with just flat damage, this is not Firebirds, this is going pretty well. Especially since I've been wasting time as well. Yeah. And the magic missile spam is definitely worth it for just the fun of it. Yeah, and as the homing rune kicks in, you can see the missiles sometimes, well, a lot of the time when there isn't something being hit close by, you see the missiles change trajectory to hit something. And that seems to be affected by attack speed, in that when I have higher attack speed, the homing effect seems to happen quicker. Not sure if that's visible now, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing. And also that happens sometimes where if there are stairs, the missiles just won't go down the stairs for whatever reason. It's kind of strange, but there you go. A little bit buggy, you know how these games are sometimes. But you can't complain about the spam. Just imagine if it hadn't been nerfed with just straight up 20 instead of 10 extra. That would have been pretty crazy. And here we go. Oh, I cast that too early, didn't I? Probably. He isn't doing much damage to me though, so I don't think I actually cast a Frost Nova there either. The boss melts at GR 100. I expect that's gonna get significantly harder as I up the difficulty, but for now, I'm good with that. I'm still leveling my gems to catch up with this GR level. Alright, so that should be it for this video. I just wanted to show off this build and get some more people in on the fun of just doing damage with the missiles rather than, you know, proccing other effects with the missiles. Let me know in the comments if anyone else has been running just flat damage missiles, because it is a lot of fun just spamming the entire screen with the missiles. But yeah, see you guys next time.